Today we're going to be explaining about Earth's water bodies. Before we get into the video, we must understand what a water body is. A water body is created when the moisture in the air starts to condense, which then creates a cloud. This cloud later builds up to what is precipitation. And particles such as snow, hail, or rain drops down from the cloud. This act is known as precipitation. After everything has precipitated, all of the snow, rain, or hail, when all of it comes together, it is known as a water body.
There are different types of a water body. Some are small and some are big. Some are fresh and some are non-fresh, like salt. 97% of Earth's water is salt and 3% is fresh water.
Now that we have explained a little bit about water bodies, we will now learn about the water bodies on this diagram. First, we'll start with the bay at this corner over here. A bay is a small but wide area of water that is surrounded by three sides of land, with one of the fourth side being left out to the sea. Next is a gulf. A gulf is similar to a bay. This time, instead of being wider, it's a much more narrow path to get through to this part of the land. And next is a strait. A strait is a small part of water that connects two larger parts of water. For example, take England and France. Let's say this is France and this is England. You see, there's the English Channel or the English Strait that separates France and England. With two larger bodies, the Atlantic Ocean and a different sea on the eastern half, connected by this English Channel. An example of a gulf would be the Gulf of Mexico. And an example for bay would be Boston Bay. Next, we'll move on to the wetland /marsh/swamp. The wetlands is basically a shallow body of water which contains soggy soil. Wetlands actually contain lots of microorganisms, which is good for life. Next are rivers. Rivers is a large body of water moving downhill. For example, most rivers actually come from mountains. Reason why mountains is because when it's winter, mountains have these icy peaks on the top. They have these icy peaks. However, when it's summer, the icy peaks start to melt, and therefore lots of water gets contained. Soon that water will start going a different path, and this path is known as the river path. And rivers flow downhill from the mountain towards the sea ground. An example of the river can be the Nile River or the Amazon River. Next is a stream. A stream is a small body of water, and this is a stream. A stream is a small body of water that moves downhill. Instead of being large like the river, it's small. So, some people you might call streams as creeks. There are also multiple ways where you can call streams too. Next is a pond. A pond is here's a pond, okay? A pond is a small body of water surrounded by land on all sides. A lake is a large body of water surrounded by land on all sides. The difference between a pond and a lake is that a lake is way bigger than a pond.
And the same is a pond and lake are fresh.
Now, most lakes are freshwater. However, some lakes, such as the Great Salt Lake in Utah, contains salt water. Also, the Caspian Sea, which is the biggest lake in the world, is also saltwater. The second biggest lake is the Lake Superior, which is located at the border of America and Canada. Lakes can easily dry up if they do not have a proper water source. So if they do not have a proper water source, such as rain for a long time, they can easily dry up. If they do not have an underground source, like an underground water source, they can dry up too. There are man-made lakes. These man-made lakes are called as reservoirs. And they use these lakes so that they can create create dams. And dams are the ones that help us power our homes. Next is a system of lakes. A system of lakes is basically where multiple lakes are near each other. Example, take all the lakes near Michigan. These are multiple series of lakes that stay near each other. So these are all the water bodies that we have explained today. As a review, I'm going to be naming each one of them so you can get a better look of it. So this is a bay, gulf, strait, system of lakes, lake, pond, stream, river, and wetland.